you can understand what's going on at bedtime and how to improve it and still find yourself in the same unwanted patterns night after night. Not because you're missing something, but because of how evenings tend to unfold. I'm Diane Lusney, and I work with moms of kids on the autism spectrum age 4 to 12 who are dealing with sleep challenges. At this point, if you've watched the series, the link is below if you're interested in watching it later. You can tell when your child is starting to settle in the evenings, when they're carrying more of a load, when things are going more smoothly or not, and how to increase the chance of success. This is what tends to happen. Evenings often depend on a series of small, in-the-moment decisions. Nothing big, nothing obvious, but each one changes something a little. And over time, that's enough to change how the whole evening unfolds. Point 1, the small shifts. We do this without really thinking about it. One night, you start a bit earlier. Another night, you let something run a little bit longer. Some nights you respond one way, and other nights a little differently. All completely understandable and normal. But those small shifts affect predictability. So even if you took the time to initiate settling your child's nervous system before the pre-bedtime routine, you can lose those gains by introducing small changes. It doesn't matter how small it looks from the outside, it matters how it registers with your child's nervous system. For a free and easy way to settle yours or your child's nervous system, look below for a link for my free T-zone system for relaxation and sleep. Point 2, why this happens in the evening. By the time evening comes, you've already used a lot of your capacity. So has your child. So naturally, even an easy plan is difficult to do if it's easier to do something off the script. And it's easy to convince yourself that you'll do something just for tonight. So you adjust, you respond, figure things out as you go. Not because you want to, but because you've reached your decision-making capacity. But that also means you're introducing unpredictability, which can decrease the sense of safety for your child's brain. Point 3, where to go for willpower. So you're aware you are making your life and the life of your child a bit harder by not being better able to stick with your evening and bedtime routine. But what do? You are already doing your best. What else can you do? Well, I have a solution that works for me and might for you. If I make a promise to someone else and to myself, I'll do the first promise, the one to someone else, without question. And I might fulfill the promise to myself if it's convenient. Personally, I belong not to one, but two accountability groups. They each have a different focus. I need their support, kindness, and the fact that they will challenge me when I don't do what I say I will do. They have been a godsend to me during rough times and when I'm slacking, but not admitting it to myself or others, and to increase the amount of my feel-good account when I follow through on something. Do you have a friend or family member that fits the accountability bill? Not just so you become more aware and accountable for your plans, but also to support you when things go wrong, which they will. If you don't, consider joining Family Sleep Success, my program, where there are others who share your life challenges and joys. It takes a village to raise a child, but many of us have never had access to that kind of village. Good thing, it can be created. What you can do. Tonight, think about this. If you had a solid plan for the evening and bedtime, one you didn't have to think about, and you believed was good for yourself and your family, wouldn't it be worth sitting for a few minutes and planning it out? Give yourself permission to take time to plan your child's evening and bedtime routine. Come up with a plan B if there are struggles, and maybe even a plan C. Increase the predictability of your child's evening and bedtime while reducing the stress. Write it out so it becomes more concrete. Have a plan that's right in front of you. And if you've tried before and it hasn't happened, then make it easy on yourself and your family and sign up for Family Sleep Success. The link's below. Create something that works with your child's nervous system, but also takes into account your evenings and what's realistic to follow through on. Once you do that, things don't have to be refigured out every night. That increases predictability for your child and reduces stress for you. This video and this series isn't about doing more, and it's definitely not about getting it perfect. It's about seeing what's already happening a little bit more clearly and making minor adjustments toward the life you want. And from that vantage point, understand and take actions toward better sleep. Hope to see you in my Family Sleep Success program. And until then, sleep better, shine brighter.